on the YouTube. I'm like, y'all, it's like 2, 3 in the morning. Y'all still talking?
Right, Sherry Brown? They don't want to get no rest. Them
Yes,
boys don't
sir.
want to sleep. I be like, man, I be dead asleep.
Man, we got to get to the bag. We got to get to the bag, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what they say? I sleep when I'm dead.
Yeah, some people say that. Nah, I gotta sleep. I'm sorry, I can't. Cause well, when you sleep with your dad, you ain't waking up.
Mm-mm.
You ain't waking up. What up,
Mm-mm.
True? What's up, man? What's on your mind? What's going
What's
on?
going on, Truth?
It's good, true.
Good evening, my brothers. What's up to the triple threat? How y'all doing this evening?
You already know. Ready to
Everything, everything?
mm-hmm.
Everything, buddy. We good.
Already. What's the
Get,
word? I see y'all said y'all been talking about mental health crisis in America.
oh yeah, that was the early topic. The last topic we was talking about was people fighting at this fast food restaurant.
Oh, was it?
Unless you want to chime in on the mental health, you could chime in on the mental health.
Oh, I'll chime in on both. Was it the Waffle House again?
No, it was everything. Like Waffle House, McDonald's,
Oh, okay.
Taco Bell's. It's all over in America.
Yeah. Actually, I think it ties into both of y'all subjects. I think
Yeah.
the reason why those fights are happening in these public places is because of their mental health. Um, the problem is a lot of illnesses goes unreported and undiagnosed. A lot of people in our community, suffer from a lot of things, and it's more prevalent than what people think. Um, I actually have a background where I do diagnosis. I'm a CMT, which is a certified technician.
Mm-hmm.
So in these spaces, it's kind of easy to see certain things. And a lot of people that when they group together, you can see them have a lot of the same traits. Um, I think that a lot of our problems also stem from that, where we see a lot of explosive type of behavior, people being violent. Um, it needs to be talked about more. I think we need to be comfortable with it as well because it's something that a lot of us suffer from. Um, Depending on how your childhood was, unresolved issues, so on and so forth. So, yeah, I think it needs to be taken a lot more serious.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you. But we were talking about that earlier because the simple fact is a lot of men are they taught other men to not go to therapy or to seek help because it kind of will make you be less of a man. So what's your take on that when you hear other black men telling other black men don't try to go seek help because as a man you shouldn't be going to seek help. You should try to figure it out on your own.
Um, well, obviously that's foolish. We go seek help for any other thing. We go to you know, get rid of the flu. You get the flu shot. You take Tylenol to get rid of a headache. So obviously, if it's something that can help, as far as your mental and your emotions, seek help. Now, for me, I tried the therapy thing and that it didn't work for me. My mindset is already kind of a disposition where I look at someone else. How can you help me if you can't fix your own problems? That's just the way I look at it. So the way I was able to resolve a lot of my childhood issues, I had to go to God for it. Um, the reason why it helped me because that's the source. That's what created me, and that's what understood me. So once I you know, went to Him, everything made sense, and I was able to heal from a lot of things that plagued me. I had a lot of PTSD from the things that I seen and was exposed to at a young age. Um, also had mother issues because my mother worked all the time, and I had what's called abandonment issues, and also I would say I lack love in a certain lot of areas. Where
Mm.
I would I would actually kind of promoted my promiscuity. That's what later led on to me messing with a whole bunch of women because I was trying to fulfill that void. And that was, a lot of other people, they have vices like drugs, alcohol, food. My vice was sex. So that's what filled that void, but it never made me whole. And once I, built my relationship with God through Jesus Christ, I was able to heal and then move forward and progress. So
I like the fact you mentioned that you had the abandonment issue. That's one of the things, man, especially black men, we don't like to talk about that. Can you like kind of dive in a little bit for the audience? Because you never know who may be listening later on in the future. Like, because I know you said you went through God, through your healing process. But let's say how did that healing process begin for a black man that might come in one day and say, you know what, they turn on our show and they see you talking about abandonment issues.
so abandonment is, I mean, if people kind of know the definition, when you abandon something, it means to um, basically, what's the best way I can say it? When you abandon something, it's like leave it bare. It's lost. Whatever was supposed to be taking care of it, the responsibility of it, that individual is not taking responsibility of the thing that they created. It's just like me abandoning my responsibility of my child. You kind of get what I'm saying? So me feeling that, even though that probably wasn't the whole entire issue, but that's the way I felt. I felt that I wanted my mother home because that's a boy's first love is his mother. But my mother always worked. She worked two jobs, and then sad to say, when she worked, she liked to, party. So her outlet was to go out, the club, the party, the streets. She would work all week, and next thing I know, I go to school Monday through Friday, and then Friday, I know she's probably gonna be off, but I see her getting dressed, ready to go out Friday night. So I'm either getting, dropped off with my grandmother's, dropped off over my aunts, something like that. And then, later on when my little brother came, we both will be dropped off and then I'm left to, watch out for him, for the weekend or whatever like that. So those type of things played, it had a real bad impact on me. And I didn't know. I didn't know until I got older. And then I started seeing the same repetitive pattern that I was doing with women. And anytime that it seemed like that, anytime it seemed like they were like moving forward or moving on, it shook me up. Even if they wasn't leaving, it's like I got consumed by the time that a woman would give to me. And then if it seemed like they was taking away that time, then I had problems with that. And then let's say if certain situations came up where we had split apart, I had problems with that too. And then it later led on to me not wanting to feel that. So then I had commitment issues that later led in commitment issues. And then I didn't want to commit to anything. That's when I started messing with considerable amount of women, just going to women, to women, to women. So I wouldn't have to commit. And the way I fulfilled that void was I slept with them, I provided them pleasure, they gave me comfort. And that was the fix. And then I would move right on to the next because I didn't want to settle down because then I would have to commit. Later on, I would say that void got bigger. And it got bigger to the point where it was overwhelming and I got tired. And that was probably the time I called out for God because I needed a change.
Man, that's deep.
That was deep.
That was deep. That's why I ain't say nothing. I just let him go in. That all I tell you, like people, these like real conversation. These are the type of conversation I love to have because I think people can learn from it. Yeah, we do a great job when it comes to a video, of course, video reaction. Jordan does an amazing job, but you never know. Like one of them videos could make something like Truth saying so powerful because we were talking about mental health and look at someone comes in and talk about his journey and how he dealt with it, especially when it comes to the aspect of abandonment issues. Because I know that's something I used to face too as well. My thing was like I always try to find love outside of myself, so that's
Mhm.
always my thing. I would always try to look for love, like try to get it out of my homeboys, try to get it out of my friends, especially trying to get it out of women. And I always try to say do whatever it takes to make sure I please them and then
Mhm.
forget about myself. And I realized I never worry until I have good men around me like Urban Noise, Fresh Sound, Kendall, Jabari, Jordan, Hakeem, my brothers, Ray, my brother, and I have so many mentors, and it was telling me like the truth, and that's when I realized, you know what, it's not because don't get me wrong, women are a beautiful thing, of course, they're beautiful, beautiful creatures. I think those God designed them beautifully, but at the same time, I think we have to figure out that we're more powerful than what we think we really are.
Correct.
Go ahead, Hakeem. Anything you would like to say on my
Oh
brother?
no, brother. I just appreciate you for sharing that. And it's hard for brothers to get vulnerable to say that because that's something that I think a lot of brothers go through and
Hmm?
not openly want to speak about that. Because
Facts.
we all have these things we do to self medicate. And I think that's what you just said. Many men go through that.
Yep.
Many men just scared to put it out there because it's a, you know what I mean? And I think because it might look negative to women, other brothers will be like, man, you getting sacked. What's the problem? But not understanding the deeper rooted issue. So it's just important that we have to talk about this to say that, hey, God, you know what I mean? This is why it's important to believe in God and try to find and build a relationship. You know what I mean? Because I don't know nothing else to get you up out of there. I don't. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
because I came they thinking about when you get they think about I just get a nut that everything makes everything all better again. It really don't.
Mhm.
You get that pleasure for what some guys last they say the average man lasts 15 minutes. 15 minutes, after that 15 minutes, the pain's still there. Pain don't go away. Go ahead, Jordan. I don't know you want to time.
No, that's the truth. Like I say,
Yeah.
it's what Greg Evans call it. What do you call it? After you ejaculate, like I said, like I said, once you get that feeling, it's like I said, it's just like it comes back. You don't feel anything. I totally agree with what you're saying. And like I said, hopefully, what you're saying, truth. Well, Ronnie says somebody can hear this. Make sure we're gonna clip this, make it sure about this, and and what he can see, and what he can they can see, like with a platform like this at Chaos Culture Radio, our men, we can talk about problems like this, or what we're going on in the history and how we can do better for ourselves, and just being the best versions of ourselves as well.
Yeah. Urban Noise Music says sex doesn't take it away. He's not lying. Cause see, what happened was I didn't know I was perpetuating a bigger problem.
Mm.
Cause it went from the abandonment to the lack of commitment to now I created a vice of promiscuity and sexual perversion. So I had to work my way through all of that to get back to some form of normalcy where, I appreciated myself, like Ronnie was saying. And then also I was able to gain a respect for women again. You feel me?
Facts, man. Preach. You preaching, brother. That's real.
So yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm trust me, I'm someone I used to have a bad sex addiction. So I can tell you, it doesn't do anything.
You're right. Natasha said this is a perfect example of holding space for a friend, and all of you listen, empathize, and support. and warrant judgment. Add truth and purpose intact. The truth is never a favor. You know what I mean? And she's telling the truth, but it's important that black men do this.
I agree. Facts. Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yes,
trying to
sir.
say? To hold court like this, so we can trade and talk about, yo, this is okay what you going through. We all done went through this, man. And we can build from this because we learn from each other. And I think it's a scary thing to be vulnerable, is to the way we don't want, the way we're portrayed in society. The machismo and the macho-ness and the tough guy act is what a lot of people strive to be, because that's what we thought this was the thing, is being vulnerable, weak, and tired is not an image of a black man that people are used to understanding. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? A black man that cries, a black man who loves his woman, a black man who just only wants to be with one woman. People say that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm trying to say? And self-medicating through that. And this is the reason why you got some black men who are they're not incapable of being with women, but if they're hurting, they're only going to hurt more women in the process.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? We all undid this. You know what I mean? When I found God, I learned that, hey man, I can't manage everybody else but one person. And then on top of that, why would I give something to a woman that my dad didn't give to her?
Mm.
My dad gave my mother a relationship, but I'm out here giving people nonsense. So meaning that my mother is privileged, but the other women who are other daughters to other mothers, they're not privileged. So I'm just perpetuating ignorance at the same time. But then it's just knowing that whatever pain that I'm going through, instead of me hurting other people, I need to fall back and call my brother and say, I need y'all to come and love on me. Just love on me. Tell me that what can I do to get out this funk, and why I'm hurting people in the process. And the brother telling you, no, brother, you hurt. We need to do this, and this is it's imperative to have your brotherhood, that love, you know what I mean, to sit down and, you know what I mean, go get a beer and say, hey, it's all right, you know what I mean, and we're gonna be okay.
See, this is the real barbershop talk. This is stuff that they don't really show, because women think we in the barbershop, all we do is talking about women and sex. No,
Yep.
we literally be having deep conversation in the barbershop.
Yeah.
Because
And,
women be like, what are the guys saying in the barbershop? We don't be gossiping. We talking about real issues.
and these are not this type of space where we teaching you how to bag a bunch of women, how to draw pickup lines and stuff like that. This is not that type of place here. This is not no red pill. We don't support none of that goofiness. We're not
Exactly.
telling we're not telling you to go to clubs to go look for
Nope.
your wife, or telling her that you got to do this to make her submit. No, brother, your actions are making. You know what I'm saying? So it's real.
Yeah. Sherry Bryant, she said women are now getting a better understanding from your honesty.
Fact.
Sherry, I'm hoping so. Like, the thing I want to happen is for you guys to actually listen. And I'm not saying listen to everybody, but some of us just actually listen. Your heart will let you know which person to adhere to. Um, it's a little boy in every man, and that little boy is there. However he grew up, he's still there,
Mm-hmm.
and that little boy is still looking for the woman that provides the love of a mother. We still yearn for that. We will always want that because that is that comfort and love. It has nothing to do with sex. It's an intimacy beyond that. It's the actual intimacy and comfort that is basically how do they say it? It's a calm that calms the savage giant. I would say that a lot of us, you know, where anger and hostility stems from, it's that lack of comfort, a lack of a safe place. You know, where a baby will rest in his mother's bosom. That's where the man is looking for. And a lot of times our mental health stems from where we come from, and then later on, when we see outside of our household, we then go into the real world and experience something different. Like I'll give you an example, and a lot of brothers will probably definitely go through this. If you come from a household where your grandmother, she's treating you with respect, she's a lady, and so on and so forth, and she teaches you to respect and love women. And then when you come outside, you get your first girlfriend. And then your first girlfriend, you think everything is going good. She's your crush, you love her, you give it money, you take her out by flowers, all that type of stuff. This your first crush, so you think you know what you're doing. And then that girl actually cheats on you. So now your idea of what a woman is because of her is distorted now. Now you feel a pain that you never felt before because the woman in your household never treated you like that before. So now that pain as a man, we don't like it's in direct contrast of what we are. So we're going to rebel against that pain. So we don't want to feel that no more. And what happens is now we go into a period of where we put up a wall, and a defense mechanism is I don't want to feel this. So now I don't commit to anything because if I take a chance on love, I take a chance on getting hurt. And now there you go. That's when we perpetuate. You see, we start serial dating and have serially having sex with multiple women. And you think, oh, this is a dog. He just want to run through us. Not knowing that little boy is inside crying and hurting bad. And he don't know how to get out. All you know how to do is fulfill that little void, fill that cup up, and then when it run out, run to the next woman. And then he run into a girl, and she might actually love him. But guess what? That pain that he felt then, he's too scared to feel that again. And until he get healing, he will never take a chance on love.
Man, you said some deep stuff. I already know. He said, "Hey, Tequila, how's it going? How's it going, sweetheart?" No, I'm saying he doing Truth going in. He's in his bag today. He's in his bag, but he's saying some powerful stuff. That was we sometimes have to think and pause for a minute. Like when Truth speaking, sometimes you really have to pause and realize that man, this man's speaking truth. He's speaking truth because a lot of us dealing with that every day. I remember there's stories where a man literally would go crying before they go and have sex. And you'd be like, why are you crying for? It's because that little boy in the inside is hurting.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's deep. That's deep. Look, you got Hakeem speakless.
No. You know when something is real, you can't say nothing. You got to soak it in.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's right now we having church.
Yeah, it is. It is.
You know what I'm saying? If he preaching, he at the pulpit. I'm just trying to deep and soak that in. I'm like, yeah, thank you, God.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's it. Trust me. I'm gonna clip it. I'm gonna clip it, and we're gonna make sure this message gets spread.
Yeah.
Somebody got to hear it.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of men today hurting.
No, you're right.
A lot of black men are committing suicide on a higher scale.
Yeah.
Because of the pain.
You can say that again.
Yes, sir.
So now I'm saying, like, that was a Jordan good way to good topic, man. That was a good one. Mental health. I think everybody should be talking about that. It's good to talk about getting money, but you can't get money if your mental health ain't there, man. Because then the money's gonna go to waste.
Oh, man. And you just tapped in. My fault, King. You just tapped in. You know how much money I wasted over that time period of running the streets, running around with different women, and ain't got no money to show for it, G. Don't even know what the hell I did with it. So that's why I said it all leads to a perpetual state of what I call I'm walking around dead, bro. I'm the walking dead. It was a perpetual wheel. Not only am I on the 40-40, where you do 40 hours for 40 years and then you die. But then I was in that zombified state of doing the same thing over and over again. Money, music, partying, females, same thing every week, over and over and over again. Ain't doing nothing. Wasteful. So
Mm.
Yeah, Sherry Bryan came in. She came in with she said,
Soul
more
ties. Mm-hmm.
soul tie. Yep. The more people you
there it
with,
is.
the more spirit get inside of you, and that's gonna stop you from getting your healing. That's a fact.
Yep.
Mhm.
Fact bars. STD, sexually transmitted demons.
Talk about it.
Talk about it. You can't sleep with everybody. You just can't do it. Oh man. So guys, on that note, any final thoughts as we get ready to? I know Truth said a lot. I know he said a mouthful.
If this was a track, he killed the track at the end.
Yes, sir.
He killed the track.
Yeah. As always, it's a pleasure to come with parlay with the triple threat. You know,
Like,
you brothers make it comfortable. I told y'all last year, you know, when I first found it, and I told you I was checking you guys out for a long time
Yeah.
to see what you guys was doing, what y'all was bringing, and I said, I told Ronnie later on, I said, man, y'all over there doing something big. And my prayer was that y'all stayed consistently what you guys are,
mhm.
and now y'all already at the 1K. And I said, y'all it's going to be a slow but gradual ascent. And unlike the rest of the people that we're seeing start to plateau and they're done as far as they're going, y'all gonna keep taking off. Y'all going to be on that climb.
I appreciate you, man. You already
Thank
know.
you.
We
Thank
know
you.
you're gonna support you. Anything you need from us, you know we're gonna support. Cause we
Yes,
always
sir.
get back. That's one thing. One thing about Carol Culture Radio, we always gonna get back. I always tell people, doesn't matter. We had 1 million. Doesn't matter. We over there with no jumper. If I know people have been rocking with us since day one, trust me, they who you got.
No,
Already, bro.
no, definitely.
Go ahead, King.
No,
And yeah,
no.
live,
Go
man.
ahead.
You better be going live, man. You preaching the gospel, you ain't going live.
You got to go
Yes.
live, man. We got to
We
hear
do.
that.
I
Yes.
got you. It's coming up this week. I'm gonna touch down this
All right,
week.
finally, because we trying
Yeah,
to.
I'm gonna
Everybody
touch
say,
down
look,
this week.
Sherry Bryan said amazing show. She said she got touched, and then you not going live.
Yeah. We need that content. We need that content.
No, but for real, because remember, we come from a space where there's a lot of effery going on.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You need the balance.
Mm-hmm.
No,
You
you
good to have
definitely do.
effery, but you also need that balance. Okay, I need to go someplace that I can actually learn.
Yep. And Sherry Bryant, that's right. That's what our Father teaches us: touch and agree.
That's
That's
it.
what it's supposed to
Praise
be
the
about.
Lord.
Yes.
But as always, it's a pleasure, brothers. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing. And you already know it's going to take care of because y'all are the men that we need out here.
You too, brother.
Yeah, the same to you too,
Same
man.
to you. Same to you. Same to you, Truth,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Appreciate you.
Y'all have a good one.
Yeah,
All right. All right.
Peace.
yeah, that's what we do on the Chaos Culture Radio family, guys.